We rest in awareness. Awareness can be as simple as noticing what's coming and going in the space that our body's occupying. What are the sensations, the movement of our body with the breath? If we have a habit of clenching our teeth, we might notice there's energy in our jaw or tightness there. There might be an achiness. If we often have cement shoulders, that tightness through our neck and shoulders, we might notice that. And then we would also notice that it's changing as we soften with the out breath. We carry around that habitual tightness and then we bring our attention to it and it softens. And we notice the energy in our body as well. Sometimes we might have a heaviness in the chest or a pulsing in the throat or a clench in the gut. There's so many different energies that might be present in our body. Or we might have kind of an openness right now, not much going on in the body. It feels pretty soft and relaxed. So we're aware of what's happening. We're aware of the sensations, the experience we're having in our body. We might set ourselves a practice of watching the breath. What does it feel like to let our belly soften as we breathe out? We could work with continuity in the breath, that following the breath as we come to the end of the exhale and then noticing what does it feel like when the belly stops, the softening process, and moves into the lengthening of the muscles as we breathe in. And then when we have enough of an in breath, there's a turnaround into the out breath. We could follow that with our attention, be aware, resting in awareness also means that we're aware of the thoughts in the mind. We might observe thoughts as they're coming and going. You could bring your attention to your forehead and eyebrows. Soften the muscles of the top part of your face, your eyes as well. And bring your attention back a few inches into the area behind the forehead. And if you were sitting kind of at the back of your head, watching thoughts as they come and go, that might be one way to do this, or just to be aware. When I first start noticing thought, there's usually nothing. All of the action stops. We maintain awareness of that space where thoughts come and go, and we notice what's happening there. Some people have a lot of visual components in thought. Some people see pictures or little video clips. Others hear thoughts more than see them. It's not quite the same as hearing sounds with our ears, but we're aware of thought through hearing. Notice what's going on in your mind. There's a gap or a stillness, a silence. What's happening in your thoughts right now? Notice which thoughts have an ability to attract your attention so that we kind of stop observing them and we get engaged with them somehow. Those are often the thoughts that create some kind of an energy response in our body as well. We're resting in awareness, noticing what's coming and going, aware of the whole body, the space the body is occupying, and everything that's running through that space. We might notice that our body is starting to soften and settle. Maybe the shoulders and upper back are settling into the support, either through the chair, the floor, or maybe through sitting in a way that you can relax your shoulders and neck, let your upper back soften. When we're aware of what's happening in the whole space, then we have that opportunity to soften and bring our attention to anything that's tight. You might notice the jaw, hinges of the jaw, down through the neck and shoulders, through the arms and hands, through the whole of our back, down into our legs and feet. And sometimes we have a wide zoom lens. We are aware of the whole space and of everything that's coming and going in the space, of the subtle softening of the back as we breathe out. If there's any restlessness in the body or the mind, it's going into the future. And what does it feel like as we bring our attention into this moment and let our attention settle here, just right now? Sometimes we might think of resting as awareness as a witnessing or an observing practice. And it's true, there's an observation or a witnessing going on, but it's not from outside, it's right from inside. We're having a direct experience and we're aware of it. There's an intimacy and a personal experience, a connection with our experience. We're not wandering off somewhere else in our mind. We're right here. We're aware. We're aware of certain things. And then we could also take a step back, rest in the space of awareness itself. We might notice the space the body is occupying and the space all around the body. Notice if there's any difference between the space of your stomach, for instance, and the space on the outside of your stomach area. We have sense perceptions that tell us that part of that space is empty, part of that space has a body. Our body is made up of space as well. We can get a narrow focus, so we're really kind of a laser sharpness, noticing the space, noticing the movement of the body with the breath right there. Or we could take that broader view. We're resting and we're aware that we're resting. Let the mind rest as well. There's no need right now to figure anything out or even to figure out what resting in awareness is. We're just having the experience. And notice that awareness is there's awareness of things, there's awareness of what we're paying attention to, what we're focused on, aware in the sense of noticing. And then we could perhaps step back and just rest in awareness itself and not trying to figure that out at all. Just to notice there is what's coming and going, and there's awareness of what's coming and going. And sometimes the content stills, thoughts become quieter. We just notice the space itself. And in that space, there might be relaxing and softening going on. We might notice if we bring our attention back to the forehead and the eyebrows. And as we breathe out, we could soften that area a bit more. We soften through the corners of the eyes, our sense of sight be at rest. Notice the mouth and jaw. Relax the hinges of the jaw, the activity of the mouth, speech. Let your tongue rest. Notice your neck and shoulders down through your arms and hands, through the back of your body, the upper back, between the shoulder blades, down through to your hips and legs. We are aware of our experience, even as we're having the experience. We notice the breath and how it feels in our body to breathe as we're relaxed. And we rest. As we're resting with awareness, we might notice that something has grabbed our attention. That's often a thought about something that we don't want to be the way it is, or there's an anxiety or a wanting to rewrite something. We could watch that as thought. Thought comes and goes as words or pictures. And even as the thoughts are coming, they have whatever shelf life they have and then they disappear. We could be aware of that process as it's happening. Practice welcoming it all. Practice being kind with ourselves, patient. Before you finish the practice, you might set an intention to come back into resting as the day moves on, as you move through your day. One really simple way to practice awareness is to notice what happens at the end of a practice. And as we start moving our body, are we moving with awareness? Are we attending to? Are we going kind of unconscious? Our mind is getting engaged in what comes next. So, even just for a few minutes as we move out of the practice, it can be helpful to stay attentive. Notice the breath, the body, your thoughts, your whole experience. Thank you all for being here.